Hi guys, I'm Veronica. I'm gonna talk about depression. I will go through the 6 points that introduce depression for you guys. So let's begin. What's depression? Depression is a common mental disorder. Also, it's a state of low mood and avert to usual activities that affect people's thoughts, behaviors, feelings, and sense of well-being. From the chart, we can see more women are affected by depression than men. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Prevention and Control, 80% of people over the age of 12 years have depression in any 2-week period, and the World Health Organization puts depression at the top of the list. It's the most common mental disease in the world and the leading cause of disability. The organization estimates that 350 million people of all ages suffer from depression. Lots of people know when they are depressed, but some people don't realize it. Now I will list the common symptoms of depression. Here are some physical symptoms, such as tearful eyes, furrowed brows, and downturned corners of the mouth. When a person experiences depression, they look miserable, they're afraid of make eye contact with others, and they didn't show much changes of facial expression. For example, they use very soft voice and short words, and they lose interest in food, so they lose weight quickly. Depressed person have sleeping problem. Sometimes they sleep too much and sometimes they struggle with sleeping or wake up early and cannot get back to sleep. Moreover, a depressed person difficult to concentrate on things, so they cannot work long hours. Sadly, depressed person will feel headaches and chest pain. Now we move to emotional part of depression. Depressed people feel low mood for most of the day, nearly every day. They always want to cry with irregular sadness. They often experience anxiety, which make them mentally and physically tired. Also, depression affects people have negative attitude for their life, such as reject your activities, untidy dress, and lost interest in everything. Also, depressed people will self-blame that they think they are worthless. Furthermore, depression leads to people appear to extreme moods such as irritable. Sometimes the suicidal thoughts are appearing in their mind. Finally, they have a sense of guilty. Biochemically, a widely accepted theory is a change in brain structure and hormone. Comparing these two brains, that we can see the activity of a depressed brain is decreased and mania is increased. By contrast, the area of normal brain's activity is active. Also, the structure of depressed brain has smaller frontal lobes and fewer axons in bipolar disorder. As we know, the brain neurotransmitter disorder is an important factor trigger depression. The points produce an electric current in the brain that stimulates neurons to increase the release of mood-enhancing chemicals, such as norepinephrine and serotonin. However, in a depressed brain, norepinephrine is increased in mania but few in depression. Also, serotonin is decreased in depressed brain. So that's why depressed person always feel very sad. Uh, Depression can caused by genetic effect. If a person's parents that has had a major depression, they will have a high risk of inherent depression, especially for female. According to survey, women have 42% of chance to inherit depression, but men only 29% of chance to inherit depression. For social cultural effect, a past physical or emotional abuse can increase the risk of depression later in life, such as early childhood experience. Sadness from the death or loss of loved one may increase the risk of depression. Another personal problems, such as being cast out of a family or social group, can contribute to the risk of developing depression. So here are some cognitive effects that are caused by depression. In depressed, self-evaluation usually is negative and critical. For example, when a mistake happens, we think, I messed up, I'm not good at anything, it's my fault that make things goes too wrong. However, depressed person will take a whole responsibility of the mistake and try to make another people believe result of the thing are fine. Self-evaluation considered as developing low self-esteem and a sense of failure. Self-talk is part of our thinking process, or what we call the stream of consciousness. For instance, when we face a problem, we might think, okay, how do I fix it? It looks difficult for me. I can't do this. See, in depression, self-talk is negative, which can control us. Irrational idea was made by Alice. He calls these ideas unrealistic and incorrect because it's not logical and depend on false assumptions. For instance, depressed person might think, if I'm intelligent, I will be successful. In other words, they think they do everything always right. If the results don't get what they want, they might become lazy, weak, and sometimes depression. Treatment of depression. First, you can talk to psychological doctor. They will make psychological counseling for you and use professional therapies such as cognitive behavioral therapy. Second, you can take antidepressants. However, this treatment plan for depression will depend on the type 1 have and how severe it is. And take care of your body. Do exercise regularly. Believe or not, exercise is essentially a natural anti-depression. Getting the right amount of sleep, which helps your body function at its best. Having a healthy diet with low fat, rich in vitamins and nutrients. Avoid alcohol and drugs. Pay attention to your whole health. Visit your doctor regularly for routine physical checkups. And we move to take care of your mind. Focus on having a positive attitude to avoid low levels of energy. Work on thinking positively. Learning accept what you can't change and focus on what you can change. Managing your stress with activity like yoga and meditation. Think of what you are grateful for every day. Make it a point to wake up in the morning and do it automatically. This will get your mind prepared for positivity and be encouraged throughout the day. Finally, if you start experience the awake of sadness and irritability, consult your doctor immediately. Thank you for your watching. I wish you guys can enjoy my video.